So let's go to this Wall Street Journal story.
Sure.
Is it correct that the administration is upset, to say the least, with the Israelis for spying on the talks and then going to Congress and telling them what they've learned?
Well, we're not going to comment on intelligence matters, whether that's ours or any other countries. I can say that we continue and we will continue our close military intelligence and security cooperation with Israel. That has not changed. And without giving any merit to the claims in the story, I do want to be clear that it's an absurd notion that Congress would have to rely on any foreign government to gain insight into the nuclear negotiations with Iran. We've briefed Congress on the nuclear talks as much or perhaps more than any other issue. Since October of 2013, we have conducted more than 230 meetings, hearings, and calls with Senate and House members and their staffs on Iran. More than 60 of these engagements have taken place in the last 4 weeks, and we even offered to brief the Hill this week. So, point being, they received quite a bit of information directly from the United States and senior United States officials.
Well, your point that it's an absurd notion, I think, is exactly the point that that your critics are making. Why should Congress feel that it has that it's not being briefed fully?
I'm not
You
sure
don't
that.
know?
Well, no, Matt. I think one.
Well, hold
I'm,
on. You have said that you yourself, in fact, have said that the U.S. is not providing Israel with the complete details of this.
Correct.
You have also said that the administration is not providing, at least to other than certain very select members of Congress, the full details of the negotiations.
And there have been full details provided in classified settings on several occasions. Obviously,
So
there's
you're
not a
saying that-
deal yet, though.
You're saying that Congress knows everything about what's going on.
Well, Congress has been briefed extensively, thoroughly, and frequently. So my point is that it's absurd that they would need information from a foreign country.
Right. Well, I think but that's the whole point of what the critics are saying, that the situation is absurd because they do need, or feel the need at least, to get information from a foreign country because they don't think that they're getting it all from the administration.
Well, I just would disagree with that notion, Matt,
Well,
that is the point. I
okay.
think there are many members of Congress who have received, and again, we've done extensive briefings with many of the details, most of the details, all of the details that we have to offer.
Well, yeah, but all the details that you have to offer does not necessarily mean all the details.
Well,
Right.
there's not an agreement at this point.
Right. Well, so the fact that can you speak to whether the administration is upset that it suspects Israel of doing this?
I'm just not going to speak to those reports or the intelligence activities of any question.
Given the fact
country.
that you have said that you are not giving them the full story, that you're withholding some details, why would you be surprised or shocked that Israel, which has a vested interest in the outcome of these talks, would go to find information elsewhere?
Well, Matt, I think we've spoken in the past to our concern in the past has been about leaks of certain sensitive information. And obviously, we've taken steps to ensure that the negotiations remain private. But we still have ongoing conversations that are continuing with Israel and a range of countries. Undersecretary Sherman has met over the past month with Israel's National Security Advisor Cohen and Minister for Intelligence and Strategic Planning Steinitz. Secretary Kerry continues his conversation. Those discussions are ongoing.
Yeah, but I don't understand why some people are claiming to be surprised or outraged or shocked that if you're not that Israel or other interested parties are trying to find out the full details because you're not giving them the full details.
Well,
why I don't get why there's this outrage.
Matt, I think now we're talking about a range of things beyond the story, which is absolutely fine. But I think
No, I don't think we are, but go ahead.
Okay. One, I think there will be a discussion, briefings, there will be a public debate if there's a deal on with Iran. And certainly we look forward to having that.
Well, so you're saying that the story is wrong. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just not speaking to the intelligence activities of any country, whether it's the United States, Israel, or any other country.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking if you're upset, if the administration is upset.
I just don't have any more
outraged.
comment on it, Matt.
I don't understand it seems to me that if this is not the position of the administration, what is outlined, that someone from the administration, and I'm pretty sure that the author of the story, who's a very good reporter,
He is.
called and sought some kind of official on-the-record reaction, and I didn't see any in the story. So that suggests that it is correct.
Well, Matt, I think I can't speak to, just as I never can, anonymous sources in any story. I can't speak to who they are, what level they are, what they're speaking to.
But I don't understand what the administration is hoping to accomplish here by this anonymous whining about something that it shouldn't be surprised is happening, because you're not giving Israel or anybody else, most people for that matter, the full details.
Well, I can't speak to the reasoning or the motivation of an anonymous source. I think in the past we've expressed steps we take in order to ensure that the talks remain private. We've
Right,
continued that.
Well, but I mean, this kind of anonymous carping seems to, is the administration interested in improving the tense relations with the Israeli government? Because if it is, this doesn't seem to be a very good way of going about it.
Again, Matt, if I had the anonymous source, I'd be happy to have them up here with me. I don't have any more information on the anonymous source quoted in the story.
Well, yeah, but someone in the administration is saying this. The fact that soon you will be the White House communications director. Perhaps you can,
Unless
get
I have a
people-
magic wand, I still may not know who
get people
anonymous
into line.
sources
It
are.
just seems to be to use a phrase. It seems kind of JV. No, especially if you're gonna if this whoever these officials are come out and say these kinds of things, and you're not, and if you disagree with them, you're not prepared to say that.
Matt, what I'm conveying from here is that our focus is on continuing to do the tough work of negotiating with the Iranians, our P5+1 partners. That's what our focus is on. We've had regular briefings and consultations with the Israelis. That will continue. Same with Congress. Go
Jane,
ahead.
can I follow up on this?
Sure.
Did this building at all suspect that Israel or someone like that was spying on these discussions from what was revealed through Israeli intelligence or through intelligence? There must have been suspicions that
I
something
certainly
was going
understand why all of you are asking. I'm just not going to speak to reports about intelligence matters from the podium.
Did you suspect it? You don't have to talk about the intelligence, but do you suspect? The report makes an allegation that Israel was spying on these negotiations. From your podium, on the record, could you tell us whether the administration suspects Israel to have done that or not?
From here on the record, I'm not going to comment on the intelligence matters of another country or the United States. That hasn't changed from 5 minutes
Can I
ago.
follow up? I'd like another follow-up, please.
Okay.
You said you were briefing. Well, let's go back on this one. Are there concerns as Secretary Kerry heads into another round that the opposition and criticism from the French, the Israelis, the Saudis could in any way scupper this deal?
Well, separate question, I think now, which is fine. Our view, and just it's been shown through the negotiations, that the P5+1 are united in our goal, our approach, our resolve, and our determination to ensure that Iran cannot acquire a nuclear weapon. As you know, there have been ongoing consultations, meetings, discussions with a range of parties. As part of that close coordination, Energy Secretary Muniz will be discussing some of the technical aspects of any potential deal via secure video conference today with European counterparts in the P5+1. As you all may know, the President had the opportunity to speak with President Hollande on Friday, and President Hollande was in complete agreement with the President on the type of understanding we are seeking. Obviously, we're all looking towards the same goal. We all want to have a strong deal, a good deal. That's what we're all working toward, and the P5+1 has been united, and we anticipate they will be moving forward.
Did the President, during that discussion with President Hollande, actually raise the issue of France's criticism of public posturing and criticism of this?
I'm not going to speak more to that call. The White House did a readout. You can certainly ask them if they'd like to discuss
And then just
it
last
further.
question, has Secretary Kerry spoken to Netanyahu about the article from today in the Wall Street Journal?
He's spoken with him over the last couple of days, but it's really about the fact that they're going through a process and a transition now. We work with Israel on a range of issues, including security issues, and that's been the focus of their
They
discussion.
didn't talk about the Iran. They didn't.
That's
discuss
all I
that.
have to read out from his discussions.